In this video, we will solve this problem right here. It's called SSS because we are given all three side length, 8, 6, and 12. And for this particular problem, we will solve it using two routes. And so if you want to pause the video and attempt this problem, feel free. Okay, this is route 1. So I'm just going to be using law of cosines. So I know side length A, I know side length B, I know side length C. And so for this one, I will solve angle A. So that means A squared would be 6 squared is equal to 8 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 times 8 times 12 cosine angle A. So 6 squared is 36, 8 squared is 64, 12 squared is 144, 2 times 8 is 16, 16 times 12 is 192. So we have a negative 192 cosine A. Next we will subtract. So 36 minus 64 minus 144, and we would get negative 172 is equal to negative 192 cosine A. Next we can divide by negative 192, divide by negative 192, and so we would get cosine A is equal to 172 divided by 192. And if we want to solve for measure of angle A, it would be cosine inverse parentheses 172 divided by 192, and if you use a calculator, you would get 26.38 degrees. So we know one piece. So now we can do law of cosines the second time, and we will solve for measure of angle B. So we would get 8 squared is equal to 6 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 times 6 times 12 cosine B. And so 8 squared is 64, 6 squared is 36, 12 squared is 144, and 2 times 6 is 12, and 12 times 12 is 144. And the next step, 64 minus 36 minus 144 would give us negative 116 is equal to negative 144 cosine B. Divide by negative 144, divide by negative 144, and we would get cosine B is equal to 116 divided by 144. And if we solve for B, we would get cosine inverse parentheses 116 divided by 144, which is 36.34 degrees. And so now we have two pieces. We have this angle and we have this angle. And we know a triangle adds up to 180 degrees. And so the measure of angle C is equal to 180 minus 26.38 minus 36.34, and we get 117.28 degrees. Now, like I said, I will solve this problem using two routes. And so the second way to do it, first we do law of cosines. We get the measure of angle A, which is 26.38 degrees. And now we use law of sine. So we know this angle and we know this side. Now here's kind of important whether I choose 8 or 12. The reason I'm going to choose 8 is because it's possible that we could have an obtuse angle, and the obtuse angle would occur for angle C. Now it's very important, we can't have two obtuse angle. An obtuse angle is an angle measure greater than 90 degrees. So let's say it's 91 degrees. And if we have two angles that is 91 degrees, it's over 180. And so we know we can only have one angle above 90 degrees. And that's why I'm going to choose to solve for angle B rather than angle C, because if I solve for angle C, it's possible I could have an ambiguous answer. And so I would get 6 divided by sine parentheses 26.38 is equal to 8 divided by sine B. So if you use a calculator, this piece right here is 13.5 is equal to 8 divided by sine B. If we isolate sine B, we would get sine B is equal to 8 divided by 13.5, which is this value here. Now use the inverse, so B is equal to sine inverse this value, which is 36.34 degrees. And so now we know angle A and angle B, and so solving angle C is now very easy. 180 minus 26.38 minus 36.34, and we would get angle C is 117.28 degrees. And that's pretty much it for this video.